Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and coming at you with another video. And this video is going to be on my top 10 favorite films of this year, 2015. And this is my list of favorite films that I really enjoyed this year. And some of you will agree, some of you will disagree, but this is my list. You don't have to agree with the films that I put on my list, so you can make your own list if you want. So these are my top 10 favorite films of this year. And all these films I did reviews on, so if you want to check out my reviews of all of them, you could check them out after this video, which I'm not going to go in full detail about these films because I've done my reviews on them. So I'm going to start with two honorable mentions of films that two films that didn't make my list, but I actually enjoyed these two films. And so the first honorable mention is Pixels, which stars Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Peter Dinklage, Josh Gad, Brian Cox. And it's a fun film. It's not a film to be taken serious. It's a turn off your brain type of film. It's not a perfect movie, not great, but it's a film that I really enjoyed, saw in the theater, and had fun with it. With these aliens coming down and misinterpreting feeds of classic arcade video games and declaring war on Earth. And they send down these classic game characters, as Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Centipede, and among others, Donkey Kong. But it's all up to Adam Sandler and his crew to take out these game characters that these aliens are sending down. But it's just a fun movie. Like I said, it's a turn off your brain type movie that's not to be taken serious. I know the film has its problems, with Kevin James being the president of the United States. It's like but it's just a fun film that I really enjoyed, saw in the theater, and just enjoyed seeing the classic video game characters, especially the Pac-Man scene was done really good and was really funny too. And then the whole Donkey Kong scene I really enjoyed too. And Q*bert, also one that I really liked too in the film. And you see at the end of the film, what was her name? Lady Lisa, played by Ashley Benson, and Lulo, played by Josh Gad. They get married and they have Q*bert children, which it's fun. It's weird, but it's funny in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the film and it flopped at the box office. But yeah, like I said, Pixels is a fun, turn off your brain type of film. It's just a fun film, not to be taken serious. But yeah. So, and then the second last film on my honorable mentions is Project Almanac, which is a film that Michael Bay produced. It's a sci-fi time travel film where these teens find this machine, and the brother, whose name is David, finds out that his machine is a time machine that his father was working on before he died. And so him, his sister, and his friends build it, and they go back in time and change, the past. We see them win the lottery, and they go to this music festival called Lollapalooza. You see Imagine Dragons there performing, and then they're just having a lot of fun, and then things start going bad towards the end of the film. But it's a fun, good time travel film. It's a found footage film. So yeah, Project Almanac, really liked the film, really enjoyed it. It's not a perfect movie by any means though, but yeah, so those are the two honorable mention films that didn't make my list. So, but yeah, now on to my list of my top 10. And coming in at number 10 is Star Wars The Force Awakens, which is a good Star Wars film that I really enjoyed it. I really connected with the new characters, Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, Finn, played by John Boyega, and Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac. And you get the original characters there that we all know and love. Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, Leia, played by Carrie Fisher, and she's not Princess Leia here. She's actually I think General of the Rebel Alliance. And Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, good villain, but he's wanting to try to be Darth Vader. And then we get Luke Skywalker, played by Mark Hamill, there too at the end of the film. BB-8, in my opinion, was good, good, good. How should I put it? BB-8 was a good addition to the Star Wars, a droid to the Star Wars universe, which was cool. I really liked BB-8 in the film. But yeah, so Star Wars The Force Awakens, good Star Wars film, really, really enjoyed it. It's made over $1 billion already. It's the 4th highest grossing film of this year and the 9th highest of all time. This was episode 7, so episode 8 won't be released until 2017, because next year they're going to be doing the Star Wars Rogue One story, which I want to check out and see how that will be. So, but yeah, so that's number 10, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Good Star Wars film. J.J. Abrams did a good job directing the film, and also Disney also, doing a good job with Star Wars. Greg Grunberg, forgot to mention Greg Grunberg from Heroes. Matt Parkman was also in the film, and he works frequently on J.J. Abrams projects, which it was cool to see him in this film. So, but yeah, so that's number 10, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Number 9 is another film that has Oscar Isaac in it, and that is Ex Machina. And it stars Domhnall Gleeson, Alicia Vikander, also Oscar Isaac. And this is a British sci-fi thriller. And it's just basically about this programmer, Khalid Smith, played by Domhnall Gleeson. He's invited by his employer, who is Nathan Bateman, the character, who's a billionaire, played by Oscar Isaac. And, Domhnall Gleeson goes to his house and to administer a test to an android with artificial intelligence, who is named Ava. Her name is Ava, played by Alicia Vikander. And they do all these tests to test her ability to appear as a human, but she's really a robot, but they look human. And it's all done in certain tests, like test 1, test 2. You see that throughout the movie, though. But it's just a really good sci-fi thriller, which you all will probably like. Alicia Vikander, she received a Golden Globe Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture for this film, and the National Board recognized this film as one of the 10 best independent films of the year. So yeah, I would recommend Ex Machina. It's a good sci-fi thriller that gets intense at the end of the film. So yeah, so that's number 9. Number 8 is No Escape, which stars Owen Wilson, Lake Bell, and Pierce Brosnan. And this is a really good, intense action film. And it's basically Owen Wilson's character. He's an engineer. he's an American engineer, and he moves his wife and 2 daughters to Asia to start a new business. And one day, Owen Wilson is getting the paper, and he sees these rebels come up, and these rebels start killing the police there, and the rebels end up killing all the people there in Southeast Asia. And it's up to Owen Wilson to get him, his wife, and 2 daughters out of that territory. But it's just a good, intense action film. It's very underrated in my opinion, because when I saw it in the theater, not a lot of people were there and saw the film. But I saw the film early before it was released the next day. But yeah, it was a good film, good intense action film. I would recommend it. No Escape. So that's number 8. Number 7 is Ted 2, which a lot of people didn't like, but I really loved the film. I enjoyed it. I thought it was as funny as the first film. I loved the first Ted film. When I saw it, it was hilarious. And the second film is also hilarious too. Like I said, it's as funny as the first film in my opinion. And it's basically Ted, he's trying to fight for his rights because the government ruled that he is property, like he is just a toy, and rather than a human being rather than a person. And he gets married to his girlfriend Tammy Lynn, and a year later they want Ted wants to have a child, and he cannot have children, and so Mark Wahlberg agrees to help Ted find a sperm donor. And there's this really one funny scene where they go to Tom Brady's house and try to steal his sperm, and it's just really hilarious. And they end up going to the sperm facility, and Mark Wahlberg's character knocking down all the sperm, which was really hilarious. And they go on a road trip with Amanda Seyfried's character, and the one funny scene where they find this whole field full of marijuana, which that was really funny, where you had the Jurassic Park score playing in the background, the dun 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 dun. That was really funny. And then you have what's his name, Giovanni Ribisi's character, going after Ted once again. And we find him working for he's a janitor working for Hasbro. And the one scene where they go to New York Comic Con, I really love that scene because it makes me want to check out New York Comic Con and go there and see what it is. And because I've seen videos on YouTube of people going there and the pictures, and it just looks like a really fun day to be there. But yeah, I know it's hard to get tickets to New York Comic Con because it's gotten so popular. But yeah, I really do love that whole scene. And so Ted 2, hilarious film, as funny as the first film. Just really love the film. We'll want to get it on Blu-ray. So that's number 7, Ted 2. Number 6 is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. And I thought this was a good way to end the Hunger Games film series. And with Katniss Everdeen, played by Jennifer Lawrence, trying to take out President Snow and kill him and take down the whole Capitol. And so it's a pretty good way to, like I said, way to end the film trilogy of the Hunger Games. I really like the final scene where you see Katniss and Peeta playing with their 2 children, having fun, and that was a good way to end the film. And it's just a good way, like I said, good way to end the Hunger Games film series. I know they want to make prequels, and I know Jennifer Lawrence doesn't want to have anything to do with the prequels, and it's fine. Her time is up playing Katniss Everdeen. So But yeah, Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Good Hunger Games film. Good way to end the film series. I know a lot of people had problems with the pacing, but I didn't have a problem with it. I just really enjoyed the film. So yeah, so it's number 6, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Like I said, good way to end the film series. And my favorite Hunger Games film is always going to be Catching Fire. Thought that was the best of the films. And this is a close second. I rank this at number 2. I would rank Mockingjay Part 2 number 2. If I had to rank the Hunger Games films, I would rank Catching Fire at number 1, Mockingjay Part 2 at number 2, and then the first film, and then Mockingjay Part 1. So, but yeah, so that's number 6, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. Number 5 is Inside Out, which is a Disney Pixar computer animated film that I really loved. I thought the story was very original. The voice acting was really cool. It's just a film set in the mind of a young girl named Riley, and you see, the emotions that she goes to. Her family moves from Minnesota to San Francisco. She has to adjust to this new life, and you see them play from the emotions in the film. Just really loved. I really loved Inside Out. Really enjoyed it. It's a good Disney Pixar film. I haven't checked out Pixar's latest film, which was The Good Dinosaur, but I heard pretty good things about that film, so want to check it out at some point. So yeah, so that's number 5, Inside Out. Number 4 is Jurassic World, which I also really enjoyed. It stars Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, Vincent D'Onofrio, B.D. Wong, and I know they're making a sequel to the film, which is coming out in 2018. But it's set 2 decades after the events of Jurassic Park, and Jurassic World is this new theme park, which was the idea that Richard Attenborough's character in Jurassic Park, wanted to make, for the future. And I like the new dinosaur, the Indominus Rex, and that whole ending scene where Bryce Dallas Howard's character releases the T-Rex. That was really awesome. It got a big applause from the people when I saw it in the theater. And the T-Rex fighting the Indominus Rex was awesome. And then the Mosasaurus dinosaur, that's how you pronounce it, which is the dinosaur that's underwater. Grabs the Indominus Rex into the water, which that was awesome. That scene got a big applause too. And the final scene with the T-Rex, roaring to end the film, that was really cool. Along with that music score playing in the background, that great music score, that was amazing, and got a big applause to that too when I saw it. So yeah, so that was number 4, Jurassic World. Good movie. I know a lot of people are mixed on Jurassic World. Some people liked it, some people didn't. But like I said, I really enjoyed Jurassic World. So number 3 is Avengers: Age of Ultron, which I know people are mixed on. Some people liked it, some people didn't. I really loved the film. When I saw it in the theater, I was so into the film by how it was action packed, and James Spader voicing Ultron was amazing. Did a really good job voicing Ultron. Made Ultron really creepy and a little bit frightening. But yeah, also Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen did really good jobs Aaron Taylor Johnson played Quicksilver, and Elizabeth Olsen playing Scarlet Witch. Brother and sister, twin brother and sister. They both did a good job in their roles. I like that we got to see more of the story of Hawkeye. What he did after the events of the first film. You see him with his wife, and it's just them. It's just the Avengers trying to take down Ultron, and it was just a good movie. I really, really loved it. I know a lot of people were disappointed because they watched the trailer, and when they watched the trailer, they thought the film was going to be a dark film, but it wasn't a dark film like what we got. But I think that's why a lot of people didn't like the film. Some people didn't like the film, but all in all, Avengers: Age of Ultron, really loved the film, really enjoyed it a lot. So that's number 3. Number 2 is Ant-Man with Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, Corey Stoll, Michael Pena, T.I. This and Avengers: Age of Ultron are the 2 best Marvel films that came out this year, not counting that piece of shit Fantastic Four reboot, or Shitastic Four as I would call it. But Ant-Man, great movie. Really enjoyed it. Paul Rudd, great job playing Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man. The effects with him shrinking down, running with the ants was really cool, really awesome. Evangeline Lilly playing Hope, who's the daughter of Hank Pym. She's done a good job too. She's going to play Wasp in the next film. Really enjoy how she would pull off playing Wasp in the next film, the sequel. But I know she'll do a good job. Corey Stoll as Darren Cross, aka Yellow Jacket, good villain. I like Corey Stoll. I like the Strain, which is the TV show that he's in on FX that comes on in the summer, which Guillermo del Toro created, was based on the Strain comics. But he does a good job in that show too, which that show gets mixed reviews from people. But like I said, he does a good job playing the villain in this film. I really like the whole scene where him, Corey Stoll as Yellow Jacket and Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is fighting, and they're fighting in Paul Rudd's character, Ant-Man, his character's daughter's room, and you see the Thomas the Tank Engine train come by, and this little thing that goes onto Thomas the Tank Engine, it makes him really big, and it destroys the house, and it goes out onto the street, with the eyes going back and forth. Thought that was really funny. Just really enjoy that scene. And then you got that whole scene where Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is fighting Anthony Mackie, Falcon, aka Sam Wilson, which that was really cool. And the whole post-credit scenes, the whole post-credit scene was really cool too, where we got to see Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Bucky Barnes, which that was really cool to see. But Ant-Man, fun movie, great movie in my opinion. That's number 2 on my list. And number 1 is my favorite film of this year, and probably the best film of the year, in my opinion, and that is Kingsman: The Secret Service. This movie is fucking awesome. Just awesome movie. Action-packed, directed by Matthew Vaughn. He directed the first Kick-Ass film and also X-Men First Class. But, it's a British film, a British spy film. It's based on the comic, The Secret Service, that was created by Dave Gibbons and Mark Millar. And it's just basically about this guy named Gary Unwin, who his nickname is called Eggsy, played by Taron Egerton, and he gets recruited by this guy named Harry Hart Galahad, played by Colin Firth, who is a veteran Kingsman agent, and he chooses Eggsy to become a Kingsman, and starts doing training with him and these other people who want to be Kingsmen, and they gotta try and take out Samuel L. Jackson character Valentine, who plants who has like these microchips in people's heads, and if he sets them off, it causes chaos around the world. Like people start beating up people and killing them, and that's the film. But it's just really, really awesome film. The fight in the church scene with Colin Firth in it was really awesome. Just very action-packed scene, and the end where Eggsy kills Samuel Jackson. That was another awesome scene too. The woman with the prosthetic legs was awesome too. Gazelle is her name, the character's name, who was played by Sofia Boutella. That was really awesome. So Kingsman: The Secret Service, awesome fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I own the Blu-ray to it, and can't wait for the sequel to come out. The sequel's being released in 2017. Really would love to see what they'll do with the sequel. But yeah, so Kingsman: The Secret Service, awesome movie. Really love the film. So yeah, so that's my top 10 favorite films of this year. Just to recap, number 10, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. 9, Ex Machina. 8, No Escape. 7, Ted 2. 6, The Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 2. 5, Inside Out. 4, Jurassic World. 3, Avengers: Age of Ultron. 2, Ant-Man. And 1, Kingsman: The Secret Service. And the honorable mentions were Pixels and Project Almanac. So yeah, so anyways, that's it for my video telling you all my top 10 favorite films of this year, 2015. Thank you all for watching, and really would like to see what all of your top 10 films of this year is. So you can post a comment down there telling me what your top 10 favorite films of this year are. Is it films that that were on my list, or is it other films that you saw? Really would like to hear your top 10 what your top 10 films are of this year. And hope you all have a good New Year's Eve tomorrow. I will enjoy it. Not gonna be doing anything, just gonna be staying home, just watching the ball drop, celebrating the new year. So yeah, so anyways, like I said, hope you all have a happy New Year's Eve tomorrow. So, but yeah, so next video will probably be my most anticipated films of 2016. So that will probably be the next video. So yeah, so thank you all for watching, and until next video, I'll see you all later. Bye.